Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Soul Messenger Tarot 369. I am Brittany and I will be your guide along this divinely downloaded message. So I am sitting here in front of you because I'm feeling some type of way. And it could be, with the transition that we're going through, the energetic shift, that you may be having some energies just kind of pop up out of nowhere that really just need to be processed and purged, okay? I feel like that's where we're at right now. That there has been a lot of emotions stirred up. And, there's like a big shakeup right now, especially with Venus, okay? Moving into Gemini, along with Uranus also moving into Gemini. So there's, and having Uranus, kind of coming out of Taurus now is like, I feel like, looking back, there were a lot of things that happened, like in my second house, which is Taurus, over the last, 7 years, they said, but really for me, it's more so like 5 or 6 years, where, it was ups and downs, right? And that's the whole thing about Uranus, is that it's very, unpredictable. It's like, surprise. And sometimes they're good surprises and sometimes they're bad surprises. And that was very much, the case for me. And now it's in Gemini, it's moving into Gemini. And so, this is different. It's different. But the energy of Uranus is still going to be the same. It's going to be, ups and downs, surprises, and, there's going to be some good and there's going to be some bad. But it's definitely the ending of something, right? And the beginning of something else, which also, especially like now we're in Taurus season, but like we just had the ending of Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, right? And I believe that this marks the beginning, literally, like we've been talking about how we have been or are moving out of the age of Pisces and into the age of Aquarius. And I feel like this, if there was a moment that you could pinpoint the exact moment where that happens, I believe it was like Aries season. And so it's like now we are like officially into the age of Aquarius. We are out of that, we're no longer in the state of transition, is the point that I'm trying to say, is that I feel like we have for a long time been in this stage of transition. And now it's like we are solidly on the other side. Right? It's like we had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot on this side, 1 foot on this side, and now we have both feet on the same side, right? We are solidly in the new beginning. We are solidly on the other side. We are solidly in the new age. These transits have, actually occurred. I feel like we have been, a lot of this has been preparing, right, for these moments. And now it's here. And so there is a feeling of a culmination, right? And a time to reflect. I feel like that's a lot about what this next full moon is going to be about, reflecting, okay? Reflecting on things and purging things, okay? So maybe that's kind of, what it is. Sometimes I tend to get a little ahead of myself in the energy. I don't know how or why, time's not linear, I guess, and I just tend to run a little faster. Or maybe I'm just like, my third eye just goes a little farther, right? I don't know. So I tend to pick up on energies, you know, future energies quite a bit. So yeah, I'm not even really sure like what I want to say about that. I just, you know, I just feel guided to come on and talk about this and maybe pull some cards. Okay, so concern, we have concern. Some people may be feeling concerned. Okay, this is also 33, which is 33 vertebrae, okay, in the spine, also known as Jacob's ladder, also known as like ascension, right? There's like 33 levels of ascension or something, like, as, and if you know about this, they call it the Christ oil, right? It rises and goes up the spine, you know, like once a month or something, and then it, you know, it reaches the third eye, right? Where, I don't know, I guess it gives you this, I don't know, this juice, this anointing oil to, you know, for your third eye, and it helps you to be able to see and stuff like that. So anyway, this is about, you know, ascension, but it's also, you know, Illuminati, right? So this could be that these secret societies that have hidden the truth from us for so long are concerned, okay, because they know their time is up. And that's the other thing, we have this clock right here. So it's like, yeah, they're concerned because they know that the time is here, right? They know that their time is short. What else do we need to know? Yeah. So we have the number 49 and the number 8, and we have opposition and entity attachment. So yeah, this is definitely opposition, okay? This could be a singular solitary person or a group of people or both, right? Okay. You may have a lot of opposition, right? And the entities, right, are concerned. The entities that have attached themselves to these ops are concerned, you know. They know their time is short. The entity that has been attacking you for so long, that did not want you to make it to this moment, they know their time is short because you've already made it. They can no longer stop you, block you, prevent you, steal from you. It's here. It's here. This is your time. This is your moment. It is here. You have crossed the threshold. You have made it through the portal. Whatever, you know, like, I don't know. I don't get all of that, but number 30, legal. 90, single, sexy, and successful. So there may have been a case in spiritual court, okay, that you have won. And if you watched my last video, that is very much like confirmation, okay? It's like you took this entity to spiritual court and you have come out victorious. You won against the opposition, and they are concerned for what comes next. And you win. You get to be single, sexy, and successful because that's what you already were. Okay? Yeah, pathway. Okay. Number 35, and work, labor, efforts, number 38. You have, you know, you took the hard path, right? You took the path less traveled. And it has bared fruit. It was beneficial to you, okay? To take the road less traveled, to create a new pathway for yourself. But this isn't just, you know, in that way. It's also about neuro pathways, okay? You did things differently. You took a different path. You chose a different path, a different timeline as well, if you will. And you created. It's like cognitive behavioral therapy, okay? You created a new, like you recognized the pattern of behavior and you chose a different path. And in doing so, you created new neural pathways, okay? New ways for your brain to think and move and be, okay? And this is essential, okay, moving forward, because this is beneficial and it is opening up new pathways for other people to do the same, okay? Also for future generations. In doing these kinds of things, I do believe that it is possible to like change your DNA. You know, science may say otherwise, or, you know, science may approve or disprove at some point, if anybody ever bothered to actually do some kind of experiment on that. You know, does your DNA change over time, especially to those who are enlightened, right? Who knows? Maybe they will do an experiment on that. Divination, number 70. Right, so this is like stepping into your spiritual, stepping onto the spiritual path, stepping into your spirituality. It is, you know, it's not a path for the weak, okay? It is very difficult. There will be physical, mental, emotional, and a lot of times legal, you know, pushback and difficulties and things that you have to overcome, hoops that you have to jump through. I do feel like with the universal energies being the way that they are right now, that those of us who have already, you know, stepped onto our journey and path to ascension, have helped to clear the path to make it that much easier for others to do the same. Especially now that we're like crossing into a new threshold of some kind energetically. Like it's not going to be as difficult. You know, a lot of what spirituality is held back by is mainstream religion, where it is taught specifically that this kind of thing is bad, is a sin, when in reality it's just a lie. It's just a lie that you were told, because this is the path to freedom. And they didn't want you to be free. And that's, you know, that goes for man or woman. It does not matter. They don't want you stepping into your spiritualism, your spirituality, your spiritual power, and your spiritual path. They'd rather keep you trapped in a lie. Just saying. What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? Distant future, number 36. So, I'm just going to tell you, from the moment of my awakening to now has been about 5 years, maybe 5.5 now. It's a long fucking time, okay? That is a really long time. I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, if I live to be 100, it's really not that long, but it felt like a really long time. And had I known starting out, you know, that it was going to take so long just to get to this point, because I still feel like I haven't exactly reached my final destination, but I have reached a good point. And I know I do have, you know, further to go. But Spirit wants those who have stepped on their spiritual path to know and understand this does not happen overnight. this is something that you will have to do every single day for a long time. It's going to take time. You have to be able to persevere and go the distance. And so maybe it would help you to know and understand before, agreeing to it or whatever, that it's kind of, and this is how Spirit gave it to me years ago, however long it takes. And just because, it took 5.5 years for my life to change for the better, doesn't mean that it's going to take you that long, or maybe it may take you longer. It all depends on your situation, your connection, your destiny, your path, and how dedicated you are to it. Okay? So, yeah. What else do we need to know, Spirit? What else do we need to know? No. Not going there. Sorry. All right, what else do we need to know? What does the collective need to know? What do you want the collective to know? Do you want to elaborate on this? Confirm any of this? What else do you want me to tell them? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay. So this wanted to flip out, but then it kind of flipped back in. So I don't know, something about, it's like a peak. Okay, we have Fan, which is romance, celebration, and party, and July. So I feel like there's going to be something like a sneak peek in July of something to celebrate, okay? Or maybe around 4th of July, we're talking about, freedom, the path to freedom, God-given freedom, the level of freedom, that God intended for us to have. So maybe there is something about, 4th of July, Independence Day, celebrating freedom in a whole new way. I don't know. What else? What else do we need to know? What else do you want Spirit to know? Spirit to know. Sure. All right. What do you want Spirit to know? What do you want to tell Spirit? Spirit says, speak to me. All right. So seriously though, that is a message in itself. You can speak to Spirit directly. Okay. You may not always hear or understand back, but Spirit hears you. All right. So yeah, talk to Spirit. Okay, so we have Broken Bridge, which is an unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Seahorse, Family Matters, and Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. Okay, so this is telling me, all right, you may have tried to mend a bridge with family, with your whole family or certain members of a family. This was unsuccessful, and the reason for that is your protection. Okay, you're being protected. Okay, these people are not good for you. Okay, so Spirit is protecting you. So that may be, if someone, you may have asked Spirit that question, like, why did this happen? That's the answer. Either you are no good for them, or they are no good for you. And yeah, so that's the answer. Spirit, if you asked, this is Spirit giving you the answer. Okay. Nope. Not going there. Sorry. Okay, Tankard, celebration, fun, and enjoyment. I feel like you've had to take things so seriously for so long, that now is a time that Spirit wants you to sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right, especially because, if this is like a calm before the storm type of moment, Spirit wants you to like build up the good energy kind of thing before the difficult road ahead. Like store up the good energy, you know, soak it up now. But it could just be that, you know, that this is just where Spirit wants to take you, you know, permanently as well, right? What else? What else? Anything else from this deck? Well, that kind of wanted to pop out. What was that? Yeah. Okay, moving on. Here we go. We have number 15, message in a bottle. Number 37, never ending story. Number 5, body and soul. And number 22, tender embrace. You know, sometimes I feel like Spirit really likes to stretch my abilities. Test my abilities and stretch them out by giving me some shit that don't make no sense. All right, so let's just take a look at this for a second. Sorry if you hear like a jiggling sound, it's my washing machine shaking the house. Okay, so I feel like you've bottled up. Okay, there's been a lot of things that you've bottled up for a long time, and like I said, now is like a time of purging. Never ending story. So yeah, it seems like forever you have bottled things up, and now is the time, okay, to allow yourself to open up mind, body, and soul to Spirit, and allow yourself to be embraced by Spirit, okay, to open up to Spirit, to experience Spirit, okay. It's like Spirit's trying to say, Spirit knows, okay, that you've gone through a lot and you've held a lot in, and Spirit wants to help you like manage that. So it's like, let it go, give it to God, give it to Spirit, open yourself up to Spirit, let Spirit come to comfort you, okay. Spirit wants this connection with you, a two-way connection. Like I said before, like speak to Spirit, and let Spirit speak to you. Even if you can't hear it, maybe you can feel it, right? The tender embrace, like you'll feel it. You will feel Spirit there with you. And Spirit wants to be there with you, to help you, to comfort you in these moments. And you may feel like this is distant future, never ending story, like this is taken forever, right? But the point is you don't have to do it alone anymore either, right? Spirit is with you. Spirit has been with you the whole time. You just may not have known it, seen it, felt it, but Spirit wants to make that connection with you. Spirit wants you to know that you're not alone, and Spirit wants you to feel Spirit with you so that you know that you're not alone. And that your never-ending story does end, and there's a happy ending as well. Okay, there's a happy ending. It doesn't just end, there's a happy ending. Okay, what else? 10 of Pentacles. That's a damn good ending, okay? That is, that's like everything in a bag of chips, okay? There's a very good ending here for you, okay? Not only does it end, but it ends in like the best possible way. All right, what else? Page of Pentacles. I don't know, this could be a romantic interest. 8 of Pentacles, it could be someone you work with. Lots of pentacles. Trash box reverse. Clown. Okay. Right. So... Ascension. Chariot. And the Knight of Wands reverse. So this is just telling me, okay, you're done. You're done. You finally figured out, right? Okay, that you're done with POS, man-child people, okay? With immature, lustful, you know, players. You have outgrown this. You have ascended beyond this type of person. Not only partnering with this type of person, but being the type of person who accepts this kind of thing, because you're not trash. Trash box reverse. It's like you're coming up out of the trashiness, okay? You don't want to be ghetto anymore, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know. You're white trash, ghetto. I'm not trying to insult anybody here. I'm just trying to use the best words that I have to describe the situation, right? Okay? You are better than that. And you have ascended beyond that. Yeah. And in doing so, okay, like now you have manifested something better. All right. And in the meantime, right, until this person comes in, however long it takes, don't force it. Okay. Let it come to you. And wait for the right person to come along. And in the meantime, Spirit wants to be there with you so that you don't feel alone, and you know that you're not alone, and that it's also good and okay to be alone. Okay. What else? The Most High. You are working towards your best and highest good now. You are working with the Most High. You are working with your highest self, okay? And you are making good decisions, taking good actions, you know, making good plans and seeing and following them through to get to your best and highest good, okay? For your best and highest good. You're no longer accepting anything less. 6 of Wands. And this is bringing victory, okay? Sorry, my nose is getting all, I don't know, itchy, tingly, whatever you want to call it. 4 of Swords. You may already be meeting up with someone in the astral realm, okay, while you're sleeping, whether you realize it or not. You may be dreaming about somebody. Maybe they're dreaming about you. Okay, so you made a judgment call. It was a good judgment call. It was divinely guided, and it is leading you towards, you know, like the next phase of your life, okay? The good part. It's like you're finally getting to the good part, okay? All right, let's see. What else do we need to know? Healthy lifestyle. Get the ones from over there. You're welcome. Yeah, healthy lifestyle. All right, healthy lifestyle. So you're making better choices, okay? You're making healthier choices. And it could be, you know, like changing your diet, going to the gym. But ultimately, the thing that matters most is up here. And this is where the biggest and hardest changes occur. 311. Aligned creativity. Your ideas are divinely sent. Use them. You're meant to take you. They're meant to take you somewhere. Okay. Anything else? What else? Okay, yeah, I think I'll just close it out with this one. What else do we need to know, Spirit? Okay, yeah, you want some of that? Yeah, all right.
Barbecue. You should put them in our barbecue.
Oh, for sure, yeah, it's definitely good barbecue food. All right, you can't take that up to Colton's room though. All right. Okay. Ace of Wands. Okay, you may have the urge to create something new, or you have learned, grown, used your willpower, okay, to get you to this point. Yeah, strength and willpower. Absolutely. Okay, thanks, babe. Yeah. So you have already like activated some of your spiritual gifts, okay? Whether it's your third eye, your psychic abilities, or just your strength, okay? Your wisdom, your strength, your willpower. These are all spiritual gifts, okay? So it's like, whether you realize it or not, you've already connected to spirit, okay? Again, spirit, like while you're sleeping, okay, in the astral realm. And so it's like you just need to wake up to this connection in the waking world, okay? And realize that you can reach out to spirit, you can speak to spirit, you can feel spirit, you know, eventually you may even be able to like hear spirit, or, you know, communicate like I do, you know, with the cards, with spirit. And you, because you've already reached a certain level here, okay, with your strength and willpower, like I said, like you've already opened up and activated and are using some of these spiritual gifts, but there's more. Like 10 of Pentacles, there's so much more that like spirit has in store for you, and spirit wants you to, thank you, sweetie, spirit wants you to continue to grow in this relationship so that you can get more of your gifts, okay, and you can use them to help you to achieve your best and highest good. Okay, what else? Justice, okay. This is about balancing things out, okay, balancing your masculine and feminine, balancing, you know, making good, balanced decisions, okay? This is living in your truth, okay? Not living a lie. Yeah. Also clarity, okay? We have that Six of Wands again, Six of Swords again, you know, moving good, like moving on to calmer waters, moving forward, moving, you know, into the next like chapter, into the next transition, you know, like you've already transitioned to the other side, and now, you know, you've got more good things coming to you. And I do feel like the hardest part is over, so it's like it's gonna get easier from this point on as well. Yeah, the World, okay, this is an accomplishment. Like you have accomplished some major things, okay, but also, even though this is like a card of ending, it's like this is just the end of a chapter. You still have like a lot more to your story. This is just the end of this book or this chapter. Yeah. The Chariot, and we already had the Chariot here once, so yeah, this is about determination and willpower, which you already have, but maybe it's like you are reaching a new level, okay, like I said, like with ease, because you've already accomplished something, so now you have even more confidence in your own abilities, okay, and again, this is like moving forward, okay, faster, better, stronger, and more victoriously. What else?
Mama, this Saturday, not today, I'm just gonna sleep.
That's okay, babe.
On my dress and on me.
We have the Fool here. So this could be like a rebirth type of moment. Okay, Seven of Cups. I'm getting to like astral again. Astral. No. Sorry, it was my alarm. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Yeah, so this is definitely confirming there's some type of spiritual or like astrological reset. Maybe the astrological reset that's happening here is bringing forth, you know, energies for a rebirth, okay? And like I said, it's like, this isn't the end. It's just the end of this chapter or this book. And now you're getting a new, there's like a new book being written in which, the Chariot, in which you are like the author. You are the driver, okay? So it's like the first half of your life, someone else was in the driver's seat, and now you're in the driver's seat. You get to be the author, the driver of your own life, of your own car. Right? You don't let other people drive you anymore. Yeah, Knight of Swords. Yeah, this is definitely about speaking the truth, writing the truth, like I said before, maybe start journaling, okay? Being the author of your own story. And the Hanged Man. I believe this too is about a change in perspective. Not only I feel that other people have changed the way that they perceive you, but this is about you changing how you perceive yourself. All right, anything else? Yeah, no. Okay. All right, well, I think that's it for this reading. I hope this has helped you in some way, shape, or form. I hope, if nothing else, it has entertained you for a few moments in time, and that if you haven't already, you will like, share, and subscribe. Bye.